Do, do, don, 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 don. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to my little live stream. We are way out east on Long Island. We got the wind this morning. I woke up because I think either raccoons, possums, or deer were having quite a ruckus. And I jumped out of bed. I peeked out on the deck because usually they're out on the deck, the raccoons, and I was scared to see what I was going to see. But it turned out to be a whole bunch of deer right behind me, grazing in my little field that leads to the fine ocean. Look at that birdie, that seagull in the distance. Oh my God, it's just glorious. Good morning, everybody. Hi, John Courts down there in Philly. Good morning, Open Squad. That national anthem at All-Star Home Run Derby. Yikes. she was the one that hit it out of the park. And now she officially, I don't even know her name. I don't know anything. She couldn't hit a note last night. And she might now be the front runner as far as the worst national anthem ever, including beating out good old Roseanne. That was quite a treat last night. Jedi Grind, $10 right off the bat. Oh my God! Ring the bell! Ring the bell! Jedi Grind throwing $10 at me like it's nothing. I haven't even done anything to deserve your $10. Hi Jedi, how are you, brother? Cheers to you. Thank you very, very, very much. We did a back and forth to Philly to go get the kids, and that's why I wasn't on the live stream yesterday morning. We left here Sunday at 3. You know, that's a good time to go to Philly. Sunday at 3 when everybody else is attempting to start driving back home after spending the weekend at the shore. We're going to the shore. And then we got down to Philly, and tacos were just waiting for us on the table with all the fixings and little bowls. You got your chicken tacos, you got your beef tacos. You got the soft shell, you got the hard shell, you got the hot sauces laid out. Oh, man, if that didn't make the kid happy. And then we hung out, had a little Rita's water ice. We had some of that water ice because I had a sugar up. Kid had a sugar up, and then we drove all the way back home right to this very location. I was in a car no less than 8 hours on Sunday, so we rolled back up here around 2 in the morning. 2 in the morning. So I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to live stream. So I feel like I had to tell you that because I have to apologize because trying to do this thing. Good morning, Nick. How are you? We got Kurt. What's up, GH? What's up, RJ Hinders? What's up, Tim Kane? A double Tim coming in. What's up, Robert? Scott Watson up the river. What's up, Scott? Richie Rich with morning. Who the man? 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 Well, I mean, the lady singing the national anthem last night, she could be the man. She could be the man. But shut up. The man is just a it's just an award. We're all men in the end, right? Some of us have genitals that explode, and then others have genitals that continue growing. But we all start out as men, right? Or do we all start out as females? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention in biology. Why would I do that? There was a cute girl in my stupid biology class. But she could be the man for doing that horrendous audition of the national anthem at the Home Run Derby. She could be the man. I think Trump could still be the man. I think that the doctor that put that giant bandage on Trump's ear could be the man. Oh my God. Who thought that was a good idea? You can't talk about it, right? You can't talk about it, really. You can't talk about it. Can I say it this way? I'm very, very glad that Trump obviously made it through that assassination attempt. But could we look at some of the goofiness around the whole damn thing? And one of the goofinesses around the whole thing is that giant bandage that Trump had on his left ear last night when he walked out to a thunderous applause at the RNC in Milwaukee last night. But the bandage, come on, man. As Obama would say, come on, man. He should have walked out there like a Civil War, like a Civil War soldier coming home from battle. That's how he should have walked out on that. Well, it wasn't really the stage, right? He was just sitting in a box checking out the festivities last night with his new VP, JD Vance. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But, the doctor that put the bandage on Trump, he definitely could be the man. And the thing looked like it was barely hanging on. Like if Trump moved the wrong way, that giant bandage was going to fall off the side of his face. But I'm going to go with a serious tone today. The guy that jumped on his family at the Trump shooting, at the Trump rally, the assassination attempt, and saved his family and lost his own life. That guy, Richie Rich, is the man today. He is the man. You would like to think we would all do what that guy did and save his family from a gunman trying to kill the president. That guy is the man. I don't give a crap if you agree or disagree with his politics. That, my friends, is a hero, a true hero. So Richie Rich, you know what? I just surprised everybody. You thought I was going to go goofy. No, man. That guy's the man, and cheers to him. Cheers to his wife. Cheers to his kids. God bless all of them. And I don't even know if I believe in the God. Well, I guess I believe in a God, but I think I believe in it very, very differently. So I think I could still say God bless the man, his wife, and his kids. Cheers. Cheers to that guy, okay? And the interesting thing there, Biden called the widow, and she denied the call. God bless her. And she had a logical reason. She's like, look, my husband would be pretty pissed off if I was talking to this guy. So, no, I can't talk to him. So that was pretty amazing. So, Richie Rich, with that, good morning to you. And thanks for the Who the Man bit. It's our only bit. Who the man, 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 who the man. What's up, Gail? Good morning to you. We got Water Bottle checking in. What's up, Water Bottle? What up, Greg? How are you? And he spelled the Greg the right way. What's up, Bob? Good morning, and my brother. Cheers. Right on. Jay Warren, Trump in a landslide with his champagne supernova in the sky. I love this, the champagne supernova in the sky by the Oasis. Love it. I just put forward a thing. There's a lot of emotion around the Trump right now. He's getting a lot of people that probably might not vote for Trump or might not vote at all. And then because of the assassination attempt, a lot of people vote with their emotions. And there's a lot of sympathy towards Trump right now. And I think that the Democrats could possibly be in trouble, just like back in the day when Reagan was shot at. And obviously the Reagan assassination was pretty intense. They got him pretty good, and he healed. He's just waving like from a hospital window. And I know those two men are different. Of course, I know all that, but if history is to repeat itself, Reagan went on to win 49 out of 50 states in the election, and he won in a landslide. Cue up Fleetwood Mac, Stevie Nicks, still doing it on your home of rock and roll, still wearing the flowing dresses. This Stevie Nicks is an animal. Is she a witch? We'll let you know after this block of Fleetwood Mac on your home of rock and roll. I'm Gator in the morning. What's up, Jay Lewis? Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Morning from Philly, brother, man. Yeah, right on, Kurt. I love that Philly. Love the Philly. My kids were down there for a week. Got a little break in the action. My in-laws were up here. We had a wonderful 5-6 days. And then they're like, hey, we're taking your kids. And we're like, oh, that's awesome. But then we had to go and get them, which was very, very tiring. And then on top of that, yesterday I had a you know how you bring your car in. I gotta bring the car in. Unfortunately, where I live, there was no one that could drive me to bring my car in. I mean, there are times, obviously, people could drive me to bring my car in, but yesterday, after driving 8 hours, going to bed around 2, getting up at 7, I'm like, man, I got to bring the car in, but how am I going to get back to the house? I don't have anyone to follow me. So I threw my bike in the car, and I biked 10 miles back to this house from where I had to bring my car in. And I'm like, that's a piece of cake. I've done it a million times. I got on the bike and just wind, ocean wind. I was pedaling into the wind for 10 straight miles. I'm exhausted this morning, if you want to know the truth. What is Water Bottle saying? Thoughts on Klay Thompson on the Mavs? Well, enjoy all the bricks. He's a brick house. He's mighty. Why are you playing this song? We are the home of rock and roll. That's a song the other station plays. We only play things that rock. Klay Thompson, there's a reason why Golden State let him go. He's a brick house these days. He's not the same player, you know. I know a lot of people down there in Dallas. They're excited. They got the Luka Doncic, they got the Kyrie Irving, and now they got the Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson makes him better, of course, but he's not the Klay Thompson that won a few championships with the Golden State Warriors, with the Steph Curry. You know, it's just an okay move, Water Bottle, if you want to know the truth. Hey, Opie, looks beautiful over there. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. It's awesome out here during the week because all the farmers are, you know, not here. They start coming out here on a Thursday and just crowd up the beach, and they have their kids just shit in diapers, and then they throw the diapers all over the beach. You know, that's fun because this isn't their home. They don't give a crap. So then on Monday morning, a lot of us, residents, as we're doing our little walks, getting our steps in, we're cleaning up the beach from all the farmers that come out here for the weekend. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful today. Definitely not null. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Ted Palawada, Scott Arsenault, got the Ron Smith. Good morning from Setorkit. We got Setorkit in the house. What's up, man? What else? Oh, I said I had a story. Yeah, I had a story. All right. Matt Brown, Trump's bandage equals Kurt Schilling's sock. I don't know. Kurt Schilling had a lot of blood in that sock, though, don't you think? I just thought the bandage was weird, and I said that, and then no one can handle humor anymore, or at least an attempt at humor. Because if you don't think it's funny, that's fine. But at least acknowledge that it's an attempt at humor. The guy walked out with basically a pillow on the side of his face. Did he get that from the My Pillow guy? That was weird. And then there's rumors that I have no ill will towards the Trump right now. Maybe I'll have some ill will in a week or two. I don't know. I don't have any ill will towards the Trump, but the bandage thing was weird. And then they're also saying that he was wandering around without a bandage like earlier that day or the day before. And people are questioning, why did he have to walk out there with the giant bandage on the side of his ear, I guess. Q stuck in the middle with you on your home of rock and roll. I'm a clever DJ. I talk about Trump, and then I play Steelers Wheel stuck in the middle with you. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. What's up, Jay Warren? He lost points for not carrying on his speech like Teddy Roosevelt. Oh, yeah, there you go. Right on. Well, I think a lot of the supporters that came out to that rally were fully convinced that he was going to come back out. They thought they would just bandage him up and he would come back out on that stage. The balls of those, I don't know if the people sitting behind Trump are half dead. I don't know what's going on in America. You got a guy like he's on a rooftop and he's shooting like crazy. You know, besides Trump, 3 other people were injured. No, 1 died and 2 were injured. And people are just sitting there with their cameras, like cheering, like he'll definitely still come back out. Like it was crazy. Are we just numb in this country? And then you got the one guy that stood up like this, like he's looking like he's gonna do something. No, man, that guy looked like he was just hoping his turtle was gonna come in at the state fair. He was rooting for his turtle. See, that's a visual. I should have shown them. The video, the guy, he sort of looks like Chad Zumach, if anybody out there knows Chad Zumach. And after the shooting, he got up and he was just very like bopping his head back and forth like he was trying to figure it all out in the moment. And I was thinking it looked like a guy just like rooting on a pig or a turtle at a state fair. He had some good money on the turtle. Nathan Bremer, good morning from Chesapeake Bay. Right on, Opie and fellow early birds. I like that Chesapeake Bay. I don't know much about the Chesapeake Bay, but I like it. It looks just glorious down there. Right on. You need a comb. I don't need a comb water bottle. Why? Why do I need a comb? Why? It is windy today, though. Got umbrellas up and everything else. See, I could be way out here in the sun, but then I can't see the screen. That's why I put up the umbrella. But all right, so Saturday, I was invited to an amazing party, a celebration of life party at my friend's house. And hi, Paul, giving me $1.99. Wait, I got distracted, obviously. Matt, you left out the part that Trump has not yet called a widow. He didn't? Well, I mean, he might be still traumatized. He might still have this going on in his head. Ah! I mean, you got to give the Trump a little bit of a break. That was a very scary situation. And I know there's a bunch of you knuckleheads that think the whole thing was staged. I read your dumb stuff online. And then some of these videos and tweets about the whole thing being staged are getting like 35,000 likes. I'm like, oh, what country do we live in? Freaking nuts. Oh, I got to say hi to somebody from the private Facebook group. Nathan Bremer, what's going on, brother?
Hey, buddy. How are you?
You got a little sunrise behind you, huh?
I do. Just trying to get ready to get this boat going here. So
wait, where are you again, bro?
I got a house here in North Beach, Maryland.
Oh God, it looks gorgeous. What's the body of water over there?
This is Chesapeake.
Yeah, that is the Chesapeake Bay. Okay, now I see it. Oh my God! And you got a boat that you could just throw in the water at any time?
Yeah.
Where's the boat?
Right there. He's raised up right now. Yeah,
right, I see it. I
just got here yesterday. So.
Are you? You guys are vacationing down there?
Yeah, because I live up in upstate New York. So.
Where? Yeah, I thought so. What part of upstate New York?
I'm in Glens Falls.
Glens Falls, right on.
With Lake George area. Yeah,
right on. Are you going fishing out there this morning?
I don't know. I really came here ill prepared. So I'd have there's this place like Tyler's like little fishing tackle place, but he's like open when he feels like it. It's just one of those places. This place is very like if you don't live here, they're like, hey, you should go somewhere else.
Oh really?
Yeah. So like, if you want to go to the beach, it's kind of the same. Like the beach here is like it's like $25 per person per day to go.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not really anything to call home to mom about, but there's plenty of stuff that's within 20-30 minutes that you can go to. Yeah, it's a little more enjoyable. But
that's a hell of a spot for a vacation though, man. It looks chill as fuck.
It's not bad.
What are you gonna do on the boat? Just tool around?
Yeah. I mean, it's the water's super calm today. Yesterday when we got here, it was really choppy, but it should be a pretty nice morning.
And wait, the locals don't really want tourists in that area?
They say they do.
No. See,
it's kind of like, hey, would you pass through for about half an hour and spend some money and then please leave? So
yeah, that's exactly right. We don't want tourists out here. Of course not. We want this is a Tuesday. I will see 10 people on this beach today. And now if it's a Saturday or Sunday, there's just hundreds. So of course, if you ask me, I'd be like, no, we don't want any tourists.
Right.
So
I was funny. I sent a message in the Facebook group, but I said you were talking about having to pick up after everybody, and I said that kind of reminds me like if you were picking up diapers, it's kind of like in Pretty Woman when the nobles are going and putting the divots back in at halftime.
Yeah. Right, exactly right. Oh man, we'll chase them down because they'll leave all their stuff behind. To them, this is just a garbage dump. They don't give a crap. They leave all their seltzers behind and all their empties and just anything. They don't care because they don't want to carry all the garbage off the beach. So,
my big task today is going to be cleaning the kayaks. Those things are they haven't been touched in a while, so they're just they just need to be power washed. That's about it.
See, you're younger than me. You can still handle a kayak. My kayak's been rotting under this house for, I think, 2 summers. My lower back can't handle a kayak.
I haven't been on one in a while, but my worst kayak experience. I went to my wife's family's from Iceland, so we had gone to which is nice because when we go there, then you're staying with family instead of like, oh, I'm going to do the touristy kind of thing. So you kind of get a little bit more relaxing time. But I remember we went kayaking in the North Atlantic, and it was one of my first times kayaking, and I ended up rolling the kayak. And if you want to, it doesn't matter how many people, there were like four of us, but it doesn't matter how many people were in the general area. Nothing makes you feel more alone than just treading water in the Northern Atlantic. You just kind of like, and your kayak's like 30, 40 feet away. Like it could be 3 miles away at that point.
Right.
And then at some point, you know how you got to kind of push your knees out to the side, right? So you can maintain your balance in the kayak when you're inside. And, I hit some kind of nerve in my back and I couldn't feel my legs.
Oh my God.
Which is, right. So I'm like a quarter mile out and I just started just like power paddling as hard as I could. I'm like, I will see you guys at shore. I cannot feel my legs.
Oh my God.
I'm just like got to the edge and I kind of like rolled out of the side. So.
Right. Was it cold, the water? I would assume it was, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was chilly. Yeah. Everything.
The first time I was on a kayak, same thing. I was doing radio in Boston. And we were down, I think if you go to New Hampshire, I got to remember this now. You jump in the Connecticut River, and I was with my friend John, and it was early fall, and we jumped in the kayaks. He goes, "You know how to kayak, right?" I'm like, "Please, of course. I've done it my whole life. It was my first time."
Sure.
And I was old already. And we were going to go like the route and get to a point where you could see the first shots of the Revolutionary War. They got all that history up there. And the first challenge, we get in the kayak, and I don't know, like 100 yards, we have to go under an overpass of a bridge. And it was high tide. So we even timed the tide. So you take the tide with the river, and then the tide changes, and you could bring it, you could bring the kayak back in without pedaling your ass off. Right. So the water was really high. And I start going towards this thing, and I see him. He ducks down like a pro, like it's nothing. I get close. I start panicking. I'm going to bang my head. So I lean all the way over like this, and I fucking flipped mine too. And soaked everything. We pull over. My friend John, he's like, "Oh, Jesus." We went 100 yards. He thought it was over. I'm like, It ain't over, bitch. It ain't over. So I took all my clothes off. He had I think he had a windbreaker. I was in my underwear. I had my clothes on the top of the kayak so they would dry out. And it was a cold fall day, but I'm like, "John, I'm not letting you down. We're going to continue." And
go ahead. That's fine.
Yeah. And then we got to where the first shots of the Revolutionary War were, and we wanted to check that out. And there was a whole bunch of tourists. I'm just walking around in my underwear like I don't give a crap to check out some history. And the rest is history. I made it through, but just like you, I flipped the stupid thing because I didn't know you couldn't lean like that when you wanted to avoid getting your head clunked.
Right. It's amazing the things that we won't admit we don't know how to do.
Yeah, of course.
I went to a destination wedding almost 20 years ago in Jamaica, and I ended up the groom who is from Central America. He they were at this all-inclusive resort, like a Grand Lido Bracco, and we ended up taking out. They had like a catamaran. You could just take it out. You didn't have to it wasn't like, "Oh, by the way, do you know how to use this?" So what I found out is he and I both took it out, and we took it out with my girlfriend, who's now my wife at the time, and we ended up going out probably getting out is not too bad, taking that because it was the tide was receding, so it was fine. Right. And we finally try to get the sail up, and then we both find out in our own subtle ways that neither of us had been on a catamaran before. And neither of us could admit that to my wife at the time.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
and trying to find ourselves just getting further and further away from shore to the point where we were like a quarter mile away. We couldn't catch a breeze at that point.
Right.
And we just started taking turns, just pushing it in, just getting behind and swimming.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
You are
We
right.
were lucky, very lucky too, that it was calm that day. Yeah.
Right.
Find myself floating in the middle of Jamaica. Yeah.
I think it's a guy's thing. I don't think women do it as much. I was a kid. I was like, I don't know. It was Harry Flood's mini bike. And we were at the school and he was flying around on his mini bike and he goes, "You want to turn?" I go, "Yeah, man." He goes, "You've ridden one of these before." Of course I have. And I jump on a mini bike for the first time. I didn't know this wasn't the brake. So I'm going faster and faster. Now I'm panicking and I'm going like this, trying to get the brakes to work because I never was on one in my life. Short story, I was either going to slam into the monkey bars or I had to dump this thing in the woods at my school. I ended up dumping it in the woods into a sticker bush and had to go to the hospital. This is the short version. I had stitches all over my head. I had to cut through my nostril, cut through my eyelid, and a giant gash in the top of my head. All because I didn't want to tell Harry Flood that I didn't know how to ride a mini bike.
Well, I think we equate all of these things that people say, "Hey, you want to go do this?" or "Have you done this before?" with we don't want to admit, like, we think that those are the equivalent of like, "Have you lived?"
Right.
And we're like, "Oh yeah, I've lived," and somehow we have too much pride.
Hey, before I let you go, tell me about Iceland because we want to go there. Is it as cool as they say?
It's amazing. So my wife's family, most of them are from Ísafjörður, which is up in the Western Fjords, and a lot of them are in Reykjavik. So you fly into Keflavik, and but yeah, I mean put it on the list because it's the most amazing sunset you'll ever see. Try to go in like June or July,
right? If
you can swing it, and but yeah, if you're looking for an itinerary or anything, I'll reach out to me because and her family has some Airbnb stuff up in the Western Fjords.
Oh,
too.
Nice.
So that's definitely a place. But yeah, there's a place called Bolungavik, which you drive to a certain point and then you kind of hike a little bit and then you just sit up on top of a mountain and just kind of stare at the sun that never sets. So it's kind of cool.
How low does it get in the sky?
Close to a horizon. Yeah, kind of just sits at the horizon at that time of year. So you'll get, you'll never get, true darkness at all.
So does the sun just dip almost down to the horizon line and then,
and then it just sits there and then it comes right back. Yeah, it's just a slower grade.
So
yeah.
Badass.
I remember we were there and it was like we were at the family's like little summer house thing, and my wife comes in to wake me up at 3:00 in the morning. And of course, everywhere there has like the dark shades, so you can actually sleep. Yeah. But she comes to wake me up because the fact that the sun's out at 2 or 3 in the morning, I'm just like, it's still going to be there in a couple hours if you would just let me sleep.
Of course. Yeah, there's an excitement when you know it's something like that.
So, yeah, you can like go and golfing at like 1 in the morning.
Really?
It's like, yeah. So
that is wild. So give me 2 more things to do in Iceland real fast.
So I always tell people before everyone always, one of the touristy things that everyone goes to is like the Blue Lagoon, do the mud baths and everything. I always suggest do that on your way back to the airport. Like let that be the relaxing thing that you do right before you go.
Why is that? Is it crowded? Are people peeing in the damn thing?
No, it's not. It's not. No, you can always find space there. And they always have. I've never been there and had it overly crowded where I couldn't find a decent spot to just hang. And they have like other, like add-on stuff you can do. But if you just went in straight to the mud baths and did that, into the hot springs, you're good. And then you just take the mud and smear it all over your face and get your ceremonial picture. But it's super relaxing. And that's a nice way to kind of like end things. And before you have your 5.5 hour flight back into New York.
Right.
So
I just
and then there's probably a good chance that you'd be able to go into a volcano. And that's a pretty neat experience. You'll have there's multiple places you can go, but going inside a glacier, sometimes that's and there's so many natural springs around.
Right.
So you could sit there and do activities like the place that we were kayaking. We were just kayaking from natural spring to natural spring. We were kind of like pool hopping. And they're just like in the middle of nowhere. There's like, they'll have like a little hut where you can go change your clothes. And then the springs are just there, and you just kind of,
are they naked in the springs?
I mean, that's well, it's so isolated as far as the number of people you're with. It just depends on how hip the people you're with are.
I used to have a girlfriend. She was a duddaroo. And we went to Seattle to visit my friend John, the kayak guy. He was always into adventures, and he ended up moving to Seattle to do radio. And we were in the whole rainforest doing like some day stuff. And we did a little hike, and it led to these springs, like 3 or 4 springs, I remember. And they were small.
Yeah.
And the girls were all topless. And John's like, I've never been in a hot spring before. Have you? And at that point, I'm like, no, I have not. And we were trying to convince our girlfriends, come on, let's do this. And they were just annoyed. So me and John just rip off most of our clothes down to our underwear because we wanted to have dry clothes after the experience. And I'll never forget, we're just sitting in the hot spring with these, everybody else, a few, girls topless. And of course, our girlfriends are on the side sitting on a rock with their hands folded, all pissed off. I'm like, what's the next opportunity you're going to be able to do this?
Right.
So,
and meanwhile, they just think you're there for the boobs. So,
and
you kind of were,
we kind of were. I mean, let's be honest, because you're just sitting in a stupid mud with a rock up your butt, basically, as you're trying to get some warm water. But Nathan, what a pleasure, man.
Likewise, brother. I will enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you. Enjoy your vacation. All right.
Appreciate you. Talk soon. Bye.
All right. There goes Nathan Bremer. He's a good egg from the private Facebook group. I put the link in the private Facebook group every morning if you want to join me and just babble. This is just about babbling. Let's just babble. And Nathan's a good egg, man. He's been supporting me for a very, very long time. And in there, breaking news, I banned Aldo from the live stream. So, if that makes you happy, let me know. But he just took two dumb shots at me, so I'm like, we don't need Aldo in our little group. So he's officially gone. Bye, Aldo. Goodbye. But there you go. Where were we? See you later, Nathan. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, join the private Facebook group. My Facebook page is Opie Radio Fans, and I guess you hit subscribe or something. I don't know, but we got a very good group of people in there. All right. We got Tommy Festa, Morning Squad, Opster, cheers, FU, Al douche. Yeah, it's time, right, Tommy? It was time to get rid of the Aldo. Bad energy, man. Bad energy. We don't want the bad energy in the morning. We want to just get stupid and silly and get our days going with a cup of coffee. That's it. Nice and easy. Let's make it easy. I can end with this story. So Saturday, I went to my friend's party. I went to basically a Hamptons party. It was a celebration of life. My friend's wife's mom died. They had a whole bunch of people come over to the house for an awesome party. They had a food truck with just I would have to say stunning food. Big pool in the backyard with the lights on. People are swimming. Felt like it was the start of one of those like hippie movies where everyone's just hanging out in the backyard at night, just partying around a pool. And they got a big screen with all the pictures, the montage of this woman who I did meet a couple of years ago. She seemed like a lovely lady. And, they decided to have this party to celebrate her life. And they were going to plant a tree in her honor. So we're in between, socializing and laughing and looking at the montage and having food from the food truck. They're like, all right, it's time to plant the tree for, so if everyone could follow us to the front of the house, and me and my wife, because the kids were in Philly, go to the front of the house and then make a giant circle around a hole. And there's the bush. It's a beautiful bush. Key to the story, it was starting to get dark. The mosquitoes were starting to nibble about, and I brought my own bug spray. And I'll leave you with this, Jesus. So me and my wife, we don't really know a lot of the people here, so we're like, you know what? Why don't we hang out in the back of the giant circle And then people started talking, and the one, well, actually, it's my friend's wife. She talked, and she had a very emotional thing to say about her mom, and it was very, very nice. And everyone wrote a little something on a piece of paper that they were going to bury in the hole with the plant. So she starts, and she's spilling her guts out about how much her mom meant to her and everything like that. And people are wiping tears and everything. And I thought I thought that was the perfect moment to pull out my bug spray. And as she's spilling her guts out to the family and friends, all you hear in the background is because the kid don't want to get bit by mosquitoes. My wife gives me an elbow. I've been with my wife 20 years. I don't know if she's ever given me an elbow, but she gave me an elbow. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, what? Because I honestly thought she was done talking, and it was time to plant the tree. But then, little did I know, after she stopped talking, someone else started talking. My wife tells me later on, as you're with your bug spray, everyone's turning around and looking at you. I'm like, oh, my bad. So then, the memorial. This was like a Larry David moment. I was thinking Larry David the whole time. Then the memorial was going on a little long for my taste because I don't really know the lady that well. And I didn't get all the goodness of the bug spray on all of my legs. I was wearing shorts, so I chose. I thought there was a moment there that I could get a little more bug spray on my body. So once again, I went. My wife on the way home, I will share with you what she says. I think you're autistic. It took 20 years for my wife to finally go, I think you're autistic. I'm like, what? And then I'm trying to defend myself. I'm like, look, we were in the back row. We were in the back. And I didn't think bug spray was that loud. You didn't think bug spray was that loud. I didn't think it was that loud. And then, of course, on top of it, because I've been doing radio a very long time, I can't hear. God damn it, I can't hear. That's why I don't wear headphones during these things. I can't hear anymore. I'm trying to save the little hearing I got. Now my hearing's all right, but it's not great in public settings with a lot of people around with their little notes getting ready to spill their guts out about a fine young lady that's no longer with us anymore. Well, not a young. Well, yeah, she was a young lady. Hell, she was an older lady, but you know what I mean. She was young at heart. So, and then when I was in Philly, I told the same story, and then my wife's like, not only was that so embarrassing, then you had no problem telling this story. I'm like, yeah, well, I might as well. I might as well tell the story at this point. It happened. But as they're spilling their guts out. Oh, my. Of course I felt bad. Of course I did. John Cords with the $4.99 fivers and likes, or join the private Facebook group. Have to actually go to a customer's office this morning. Awesome. Ew. Sorry about that, John Cords, but thanks for your $5. Did you bring enough bug spray for everybody? No, man, I brought my own bug spray because when you go to these backyard parties in the summer and, that sun starts going down, you are aware that you're going to be eaten alive. And then, you got to start asking people, do you have bug spray? Well, I think it's over there. Well, where did you leave it? Well, I'm not sure. I think I left it behind that chair, maybe. I don't remember. Ask Fran. Fran, where's the bug spray? So the kid brings his own, man. I wear the shorts with all the pockets. I don't care if they're not in fashion anymore. Fashion. And I make sure I put some bug spray in one of my pockets, and I bring it with me to these backyard parties. So there you go. And I, of course, after I'm all sprayed down, then I offer it to other people. Yes, I do. All right, let's get out of here. Well, maybe not. Ross Dog's Broken Spirit, I think, just gave me gave me a few bucks. Did you sleep on the couch that night, Ope? We call it being in the doghouse. No, I did not. No. She was mortified, though. It was so loud. She goes, it was so loud. But in my stupid brain, I think I could get a couple. And then they're continuing to talk. And then I'm like, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit with the $5. Hey, I want to ask that Facebook friend if he knows Bajork. Also, Opster, did you ever meet Marsha Brady? Yes, I met Marsha Brady, Ross Dog's Broken Spirit. When me and Anthony first started the Opie and Anthony show up there in Boston officially, even though we met at WBAB, the home of rock and roll on Long Island, then we moved up to WAAF, the only station that really rocks, and then the only station that really rocks flew us out to L.A. For the Grammys, I think, and we were at the Comedy Store broadcasting back to Boston. Marsha Brady came rolling through, and we got to talk to her. She was just stunningly beautiful at that moment in her life. I don't remember what we talked about, but I remember her being very, very cool. Yes. All right. I'm going to go now. I ain't promoting nothing. How about them apples? I promote nothing today. Absolutely.